Hello everyone, Ethersong here. We just finished a run, so let's go in here and check out the archives. Arc project. So, project introduction. In order to survive the unforeseen great catastrophe, a man named Klein starts a project. He claims that this Arc project will be safe and a reliable way to survive the great catastrophe. So let's view this record. Hello everyone, my name is Klein. The ARC's project is... First, I'd like to thank all the guests who have gathered here. To those who have supported us, to those who have... This phenomenon was observed by chance, and it has no precursors, and the time we have remaining is very short indeed. In this situation, there are many projects underway in various parts of the world. But the method the remaining majority of people chose is cold sleep. According to our talks with organizations that are still intact, 1% of the population has already entered a cold sleep. So the majority of people are in this cold sleep. Cold sleep is an innovative solution that takes advantage of the symptoms of the great catastrophe. It's a method that can accommodate the most amount of people. However, the problem is that this method is far from perfect. First of all, the biggest problem is that, as we all know, this phenomenon is likely to stay on Earth for a long period of time. On top of that, since it is impossible to accurately estimate when it will end, it's possible that it could last for an astronomical amount of time. The situation bans us to look up to 1,000 years into the future. A low chance of wake up from cold sleep. In the worst case scenario, all of humanity could forever, perhaps die. Humanity is on the path of, I guess, like destruction or something. So that's why we started the ARC project, to preserve us until that point. The ARC project is a groundbreaking way to maintain our daily lives during the span of the great catastrophe. The ARC contains everything needed to sustain life. The ARC can outlast. We cannot accommodate many. Alternatively, even if you are not selected for the ARC, there are nearby shelters for cold sleep. As soon as the great catastrophe is over. Alright, we've got another record. The ARC project progresses smoothly. Executive Director Klein quietly vows to save humanity with this project. So let's take a look at this. This is the year 9 o'clock. It seems that the others are busy preparing breakfast. The situation outside is getting worse and worse, and it's getting harder and harder to endure. As for the progress of the project, we're running a little behind schedule, but it's going smoothly without any major problems. I feel hopeful that we will be able to activate the ARC soon. The ARC project proceeds as planned. It should also be possible to save all humanity that was unable to board the ARC. There are a number of survival projects underway around the world, but many of them do not appear to be making much progress. Even if they do succeed, it is unlikely that they'll be the ones to save the countless people who've entered cold sleep. Other projects have basically abandoned the people in cold sleep. Not only are those projects merely focused on sustaining their own lives, it also seems highly unlikely that they'll survive until the end of the great catastrophe. But my project's different. We can save everyone. The greater sense of responsibility is why our team is working tirelessly to complete the project. However, there was someone who recently wanted to consult me on an interesting topic. That person said there was a critical flaw in the ARC project and wanted to discuss it with me. Did he, like, do something to the ARC project? I judged that it was a problem that we could think about after the ARC was operational, so I decided to do my best to complete the ARC first. Actually, I already knew that. I knew that to some extent. That's why I prepared a solution in advance. The method is a fallback I prepared just in case. I'll use it if there's really no other option. So, if something wrong happens, it will jump back in time? Is that basically what he's saying? The root problem is in the arc. So a problem was known in advance. I guess this probably? The fatal defect discovered. Most of humanity is in cryopreservation to survive the global cooling phenomena. However, rumors spread that supplied cryogenetic pods have a fatal defect. So let's take a look at this. The BH1412, a cryogenetic pod model developed by the world-renowned IT corporation Nova, has been distributed all across the globe. However, a recent discovery by a Y-tube channel has revealed a fatal defect within the BH1412. Currently, the video has been deleted from the platform, but archives of the video are still being distributed across the internet. The video provides direct evidence of the system errors within the pod, and many insiders claim that the contents of the video are true without a shadow of a doubt. The cause of this defect is presumed to be an update that the Nova released to fix an issue regarding the BH1412. Since all cryogenic devices are based on the BH1412 model, it is highly likely that other models from other companies will carry similar problems. Many people are already using the BH1412 cryogenic technology in preparation for the catastrophe, so this discovery is likely to stir major controversy worldwide. The following is how the BH1412 operated before the update. As the pod started, the user is rapidly frozen, and observation of external temperature begins. Once the temperature drops to a certain threshold, the device switches to a hibernation mode, and the human body can remain frozen without additional energy input. In this state, the BH1412 is on standby until the temperature rises to adequate levels, in which the device starts defrosting sequence and awakens the user. This revolutionary technology utilizes the extremely low temperature of the catastrophe to its advantage, and was expected to preserve countless human lives for an extended period of time. However, recent studies have shown that the temperatures could fluctuate erratically during the global cooling phenomenon. This means that it is possible the pod system could recognize a momentary shift in temperature as a sign to defrost the user. And humans awakened this way would likely not survive if the temperatures were to suddenly drop again. In response to this problem, Nova has implemented a system update so that the pods can access external situation more precisely. However, this created an entirely different problem. According to an analysis by the Y-tube video, the temperature sensing function will shut down once the pod reaches 80 years in hibernation mode. This means people will not be able to wake up even if the climate has returned to normal, and an eventual power outage could lead to death. A huge number of people have already entered the BH1412 cryogenic devices to avoid the catastrophe, but those left behind are in utter shock at this new discovery. Experts claim that the cryopreservation technology is still in its primitive, reached a limit due to lack of time and resources. Even amidst this controversy, Nova is still recommending people enter a cold sleep, and Peter, CEO of Nova, is ignoring all warnings about halting distribution. And due to lack of viable alternatives, the United Nations is supportive of Nova's opinion. Other news. So there was a fatal flaw where, first of all, it was supposed to wake up when it got warm again, but temperatures could fluctuate rapidly during the cooling period, or like the frozen period, ice age or whatever. So people would wake up and die from that, so they had to put out like an update, but it also had a fatal flaw, and I guess they don't want to do any more updates. We still got like 3 more unread ones. The opening ceremony of the ARC project. Let's take a look at that. Mr. Klein, a population check has been completed. 600 people in cold sleep, including the research team. 600 within the virtual world. A perfect match. So I guess the difference with this is that while the people are in a cold sleep, they're able to enter this virtual world, which is, I think, what the characters in this game are in currently. Thank you. We should get started then. Now let us begin the ARC project opening ceremony. First, there will be a speech by the Executive Director. Greetings everyone, my name is Klein, the Executive Director of the ARC project. I'm honored to be in this glorious moment together with everyone. This moment will surely be recorded in the history of mankind, and it will serve as a great leap forward towards a brilliant future. To the many people who supported the launch of this project, once again I offer my sincerest gratitude. Before explaining about our future lives here, I would like to preface this with a brief overview of the project. As we know, the climate changes that started a few years ago in a matter of hours developed into an unprecedented catastrophe that swept the Earth. At this point, the entirety of Earth has been frozen, and it has become completely uninhabitable for mankind. The remnants of humanity fled to underground bunkers or participated in cryonics. But the future being hopeless and unpredictable as it is, many people viewed cryonics as an act of suicide. With that in mind, we embarked on a project that combines cryonics with the ability to observe the outside world. This is the origin of the ARC project. The ARC project, like many other projects, is based on freezing our bodies. However, we have managed to create an environment where the body is placed in a cold sleep, but the mind is connected to a virtual reality program. From today onwards, we will be able to live comfortably within this virtual world. Next are the instructions regarding our lives here in the ARC. As previously announced, researchers will live in the research area and civilians will live in the village. For the safety and security of our facilities, civilians will be restricted from entering the research area. We ask for your understanding. And about life within the village. Our general manager, Miss Sis, will you explain the details? I'm the general manager of the ARC project, Sis. Pleased to make your acquaintance. Miss Sis will oversee all daily activities within ARC starting from today. She possesses extraordinary talent in managing people and facilities. Furthermore, she's the only one who can assume my position in case of an emergency. Researchers and civilians alike, please consider Miss Sis as the actual person in charge of your daily lives. Okay. So what happened to him? And have we seen her? I don't know if we have. Sis, I leave the rest to you. Understood. First of all, I would like to point out some details about the ARC project. This virtual world that we stand on is 99% copy of the real world. Unlike other virtual worlds in popular VR media, all laws of reality apply within here. Of course, dangerous aspects such as pain or death are restricted by a special protector, so there's no need to worry. Because the ARC functions based on the laws of reality, most of which can be done in real life, can be done here as well. For example, farming, building, and raising livestock. All these activities will help you acquire basic necessities. Each and every one of your actions will contribute towards building a new human society. Make a new human society? What in the world are they talking about? We need to work even inside a virtual world? Why do we need to do that? That is a question. They don't need to like eat or do anything in here normally, I would think. Maybe just to keep one's sanity or something. Please stay silent, everyone. If you have any questions, we'll answer them one by one. Hello, so it seems like we can do various things within this world, but what are we supposed to do after the opening ceremony is over? First of all, after receiving your keys, you should check your living quarters. After that, you can engage in various activities to develop our new society. For example, you can craft and sell tools, obtain meat and hides through livestock, grow various crops, or run a restaurant that sells delicious food. Once we have the basic social foundation, you could even buy land and build convenience facilities or entertainment facilities. With the advancement of technology, we could use computers, smartphones, etc. Life within this arc would become more convenient once we can use the technology of the real world. So is there a convenient system for tasks such as cooking or building? This is a virtual world after all, right? Yeah, so it's the virtual world, but they don't have those, like, functionality already? Like, how does that work? I would like to reiterate, the laws of reality apply within ARK. Such unrealistic systems do not exist here. I'm still not catching. Don't they have, like, projector here already? It sounds like they should be able to just, like, create a virtual reality like computer or something as well. We have to do everything by our own hands. What? You want us to do these things with our own hands? You said this project will allow us to live comfortably. Why the hell do we need to work? Does realism need to go this far? Let's just live comfortable lives. Please let us finish our words. Everyone, why did we participate in the ARK project? Well, to survive, of course. Oh, maybe it's just for training for once they return to the real world. That's why they want us to practice doing that kind of stuff. Indeed, we all need to struggle to survive. And thanks to those struggles, we are alive to this day. So now we achieved our goals. Does this mean we should stop struggling? That... I do not think so. Okay, now I kind of understand where it's coming from. So since they need to eventually go back to the real world, they want to train people in this virtual system to be able to function once the real world returns. Everyone, what is the definition of comfort? Doing nothing all day, pursuing no dreams while waiting for a storm to pass? Can this really be called comfort? The comfortable life we propose is primarily survival. This means that no one freezes to death and we can live under the warm sun. Think about all the people who couldn't even afford cheap cryonics and froze to death. But I've never done any hard labor in my entire life. Do not worry too much. We will ensure that you can receive the bare minimum necessities. The aforementioned living quarters are yours to keep, and it's also possible to generate funds and resources by trading with merchant NPCs. This method, you can obtain everything from food to clothing to any other basic necessities. We'll provide further instructions regarding this topic in the near future. You may question, why do we need to do labor within a virtual reality? This is totally understandable. However, I want us to set our sights for the distant future. We may very well be the last survivors of humanity. We may need to spend up to 1,000 years in this place. What if we laze around while waiting for the grand catastrophe to end? Do you believe we could survive in the world after the catastrophe has ended? After the catastrophe, yeah, that's what I was thinking. The ecosystem will have been frozen for several hundred years by the time we wake up. The world we see might not be the world we remember. At that state, do you think we could truly survive within the devastated Earth? Keep in mind, this arc is by no means a paradise or refuge. This is another reality in which we will continue to struggle in. I ask for your cooperation and understanding in our cause. Now, if there are no more questions, let us begin a new life within this arc. There's a small celebration party planned after this speech. We have prepared a feast to commemorate the successful launch of the ARK project. I hope this can be a good opportunity to deepen our bonds for the times ahead. That is all I have for today. Thank you. Inside the mines, citizens are employed in the mines to extract natural resources. However, the mine collapses due to a moment of carelessness. Though, like, if they die in the virtual world, you can't really die, right? So, like, what happens? Is there a problem where they actually do die? Silverstein, all right. We're doing great. Keep it up, boys. Yes, sir. A huge tunnel located 200 meters underground in close proximity to the village. I became a work supervisor under boss's orders. When we first set foot in the virtual world, this place was nothing but a barren wasteland. As the researchers said, we need to build a new society. The outside of the village was complete ruins, just like how it would be when the catastrophe is over. It was possible to gather some resources from the ruins, but nowhere near enough to support the population. And just when things seemed hopeless, natural resources were discovered from various parts of the land, and people started making tools from the ruined scraps, which laid a basic infrastructure for our society. I never thought I'd be working in a mine of all places. I thought all I needed to do was swing a pickaxe, but it's harder than expected, don't you think? You sure we're even doing it properly? You know, it's not like any of us have ever worked in the mines before. I guess dig into mines without any safety training, those bastards. Hey, over there, who told you to chatter? What's that guy doing there? Apparently he's supposed to be our chief. I'm about to burst from the stress. Mining is the basis of all manufacturing. It's a source of coal and iron, as well as various other fuels and metals. In other words, to establish dominance in this world, we needed to seize control of the mines, was our boss's opinion. Damn it. If it wasn't for the boss's orders, I wouldn't have to deal with these shitheads. Hey you're the one who mentioned the safety training, right? We don't need things like that. Huh? What if there's an accident? Don't forget, we're in a virtual world. You can't die or get hurt here. A while ago, I actually tried to amputate an arm from one of my boys, but I could only leave a small cut on him. He did feel some degree of pain, but nowhere near the pain of having an arm cut off. And the wound vanished in an instant. We're truly invincible here. You understand now? Simple mining can't do any harm to us. Really, that's amazing. Shame that doesn't make the work any less hard, though. Thought I gave you enough of a break time. We still haven't finished the daily quota yet. Now quit yammering and get back to work. Damn it, these wimps wouldn't even stare me in the face if it were normal circumstances. Since there's no pain or death in this world, violence is completely meaningless. Such a cruel world for a mobster like me. Huh. Joey. Oh, so this is the guy that went start making potions and whatnot? Pant's so tired. The air is so stuffy and humid, can't breathe. I'm gonna faint. Hey, you stop slacking. What, you got a problem with me? Who told you to take a break? Oh, you. Aren't you the son of Joel? But, you know my father? Which one was it? Was it Joey or Joel that it was a night party? Maybe it was Joey. Joel is iron grip on ranches with the people at the Eclipse. Why choose hard labor at the mines when you can just work under your dad? It's because I'm elite. My father told me I could be a help to everyone if I came here. Joel said that. For fuck's sake, how's a little kid gonna help here? No, maybe Joel left him here because he was useless. What? You heard that right. Joel doesn't give a damn about you. Don't be ridiculous. I'm the proud son of my father. Witness my technique. Just grab the pickaxe like this and... Uh-oh. Is he gonna make it crumble? As soon as the boy struck with his pickaxe, a thunderous boom rang across the mines along with the dusty wind. Everyone halted their task, startled by the sudden impact. What was that? What's that sound? Did you guys hear that? Quiet, can I have everyone's attention? I'll go and assess the situation. Just stay here for a bit. Hey Brat, you're coming with me. Why me? You need to go back. You're only going to be a nuisance here. No, I can't. Why? If I return to my father empty-handed, I'll... Boss. A subordinate rushed over from the direction of the loud noise. What's going on? Didn't I tell you to call me chief around these parts? The tunnel exit collapsed. And people are trapped under the rocks. What? An abandoned underground mine of questionable commission. Workers who have close to zero expertise in mining, as well as a complete lack of safety training. Who needs safety training anyway? This is a virtual world. We're invincible. They thought nothing could scare them in this world, not even the fear of death. All these circumstances combined were more than enough to cause carelessness. As the ceiling collapsed, the passageway was blocked with dirt and stones. In front of the blocked passage, people were shouting over the piles of stones. Hey, are you okay? Can you hear me? Save. Can't breathe. I breathe dirt in my lungs. Hang in there, I'll get you out. Oh no. We need to help him. Okay, what do you think you're doing? Put down that pickaxe. Why are you stopping me if I don't save him now? You're crazy? We're gonna get buried alive too. Just look above. Just a little bit more pressure and the whole thing's gonna collapse. And what do you suppose we do? Stay calm. At the very least, they won't die. And most importantly, don't touch the stone pile. We just have to wait. Wait for the right help to arrive. Did say that, but are they really going to be okay? There's a protector in this virtual world that prevents you from dying. Pain is also reduced. However, what if you're in a state where your body is crushed and unable to move? What if you can't see anything, and every time you try to breathe, you instead get a mouthful of dirt? Even if death is prevented and pain is reduced, wouldn't you feel fear beyond comprehension? It would only get worse the longer it continues. Dying would be quick and painless in comparison. Damn it all, I never wanted to come back to a place like this. It's noisier than usual today. I quietly observed the people from the corner of the village. This has been my usual afternoon routine. By observing the activity of human groups, you can learn about others, and that knowledge will inevitably become tangible benefits. However, the mood seems to be slightly different than usual. It's not the usual boring atmosphere. Never get into unnecessary trouble. I've always maintained the position of a bystander, but I should go check it out. Somebody help! Town square presumed to be the source of the sound. In the middle of a crowded area, a young girl was screaming urgently. There's an accident, and anybody. Please help. Oh dear, what happened? You see, the mine's collapsed. And people are buried under the rocks. The mine's collapsed? How can that be? We need to rescue them. Rescue? Wait, but is it even possible for us to rescue them? Yeah, maybe it'd be possible in the real world. But now we can barely even farm. Even if we had the equipment, we'd risk making the situation worse. Ah, this is bad. The researchers. Let's call the researchers for help. Since it's a virtual world, maybe the researchers could do something about it with their technology. But the researchers aren't supposed to interfere with our lives. People are dying here. Is that really a concern? They should be held accountable for this accident. The protector would save them from dying, but I can try talking to the people at the research lab. I know one of the researchers there. Maybe if I ask them. Is that so? Then we'll be in your debt. Let's go to the mines. Maybe there's something we can do to help. Buried alive in a world where everyone is immortal. This is quite interesting. Let's go spectate. See? We got one more journal. Journal that seems to have been used for a very long time. The author is presumed to be Azar. At first it contains notes about Lucy, but later entries are focused more on self-reflection. So it seems like Azar somehow is able to retain his memory? Lucy as well to some extent, but only in like small amounts. So run 1. First run is so far so smooth. I'm writing a memo to check on the variety of variables that can happen during the mission. Lucy is probably asleep at the starting point by now. I might be able to see her at the Twisted Land around noon tomorrow. No hard feelings on her. This is what Lucy wanted. Run 2. Right after loop, I'm teleported to the master's room. Must be my designated starting point. Cannot do anything except go out to the Ark from this spot. The program master is sleeping for eternity inside the crystal. It seriously freaks me out every time I see it. Run 4. No significant change has happened to Lucy yet. It is the 4th run, but it is hard to take Lucy to the Twisted Land. It took 4 days for the last run, but it took over a week this time. I've brought Lucy down to it somehow, but she got scared at the end. She does nothing. Different from what I've expected. Maybe she doesn't like the fact that she is the girl of prophecy and the savior of the world. Lucy keeps trying to evade her responsibilities and run away from it. Why is that? I can't understand her. Lucy is a hero. Doesn't she want to be a hero? Does she prefer to become a Kid A rather than a hero? I would have tried so hard to save the world after accepting the grand destiny if I were Lucy. Run 9. I talk with an investigation team once in a while in ARC. We usually repeat the same conversation every loop. It is interesting how they reply with a new pattern depending on my reaction. There is one new fact that I have noticed. The investigation team regards their past memory as a dream. Phoenix told me that the past memory, so it is incomplete, and they feel like it is a dream. It told me not to worry about it since it wouldn't cause a big contradiction, but I should keep that in mind just in case. Run 14. I feel a particular will from Lucy. Lucy constantly questioned her mission to run the clock tower and save the world. She started to say yes from some point. Lucy is changing for sure. We will be able to complete this world without a problem at this rate. Lucy's change made me more motivated to go down to the Twisted Land. Run 46. She finally defeated the Joker at the Bloody Park. She got defeated after being surrounded by horses and clockwork dolls right after that. What a shame. Lucy could have gone further if she got luckier. Lucy's getting better day by day. I was worried at first, but the repeated experiences are indeed stacked inside her subconscious mind. This feels fresh. I get happy whenever Lucy gets better. I shouldn't be too motivated though. This is just a part of the game. My purpose is... Still, I feel better than I've expected. Run 167. We're finally picking up how to use the skills correctly. Illusion swords can be applied in endless ways. More incredible moves might be possible if I do this right. It isn't just Lucy who's growing, I'm getting more substantial as well. I don't know how long it has been to feel this level of satisfaction. But I should remember, everything here is fake. I should accept this as a fake world, even if it feels so real. Run 300. It's been a while since I left a record. I have an idea that is messing my mind. I have a mission, an important mission, that the program master entrusted me. Since I don't want to go against it. But is that what I really want? If so, am I only living for that purpose? Is it okay for me to live like this? Is he like a program or something? Or an AI? I don't have an answer for it. Perhaps I won't be able to answer it for the rest of my lifetime. I wish I was Azar of the ARC investigation team. That way I wouldn't have to think about it anymore. Interesting. Unlocked when the project ends and all characters' golden token of friendship is attained except Azar. Should I do his golden friendship last? There's still a bunch of locked files. Still got a few people to go. All right. That looks like everything. All right then. So I'm going to end the current video here, and in the next video, we'll start the next run. As always, thanks for watching, and later.